Hello, people. My name is Herman. I make music. I'm also known as FakeFate or Controlled Exist on this specific channel. And today I want to try and bring back the social commentary, the commentary YT, the people like Leafy, iDubbbz, and PewDiePie, if you remember 2016. That was actually 10 years ago, and I decided that the cycle should collapse on itself, or I guess repeat, but with a small twist now. I will not talk about people, specific people that do specific bad stuff, or in the time being, I guess, because I haven't been so, I haven't been so clinically online. So, yeah, I just want to talk about some stuff from the bigger perspective on the social economic state of social media. I don't know, whatever, man. I'm just an artist and I want to express how disappointed I am in society right now, which is a thing that I am sure a lot of people feel today, judging by the view counts of the videos like this that get a lot of traction and a lot of comments with nihilistic backtones. But I don't know, I'm not trying to be nihilistic, I'm just trying to get my point across and my thoughts out. I don't know, man, I just gotta post something as well so that YT notices that I'm actually doing something, but well, overall, today's topic is I'm sick with how media pushes true art down. The sincere, true, and deep kind. The one that actually makes you shiver, or the one that actually makes you evil. Or not evil, but I guess angry at the person who did it. Angry at the numbers that it gets. Angry at all the shit that you could imagine. So, it's not really the algorithm itself that pushes the art down, it's the people. Because again, the algorithm is just a reflection of how people process media today. If 100 people like a video, then the algorithm will push the video further. So basically, the algorithm itself is not evil, it's the people who just don't care about the shit that is true. And the short attention span turns art into content. I want to elaborate on this point a bit because, again, when it comes to true art, which is sincere and deep and all that, yeah, it's actually pretty hard to process with your mind, with your, thoughts, whatever, yeah? So, let's think of it this way. When you are watching the Kubrick's film, yeah, or David Lynch's film or whatever, yeah, it's black and white. The narrative itself is very hard to follow, and there is a lot of hidden meanings in all of the shots, all of the items that are in frame. The art itself is very thought through and conveys a lot of shit without even speaking words, without even showing you anything. It could be even sound. When it comes to art, again, it's infinite. It's something that could be, you could express yourself in every aspect of it, of whatever you are doing. If you're drawing, for example, you could hide 5 to 10 Easter eggs that could be viable or even understandable only to you. For example, you could draw your classmate or the sketch that your classmate did a while ago, and it will be an inside joke. And for the regular person, it will mean nothing. But he will see that thing and he will go, that looks interesting. I am interested in what it means. But if you go to any artist, any creator today, they will tell you that, for example, for music, yeah, because I'm a musician and all that, yeah, the best way to promote it is to go on TikTok and just pump out videos every day on why your content is good, or like catchy lines and symbols, and there's like this specific I don't know, like formula with a hook and the explanations and the call to actions and all that shit. Yeah, you can listen to that all you want, but if you have a genuinely deep content, yeah, that doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like seeing a small specific detail. It has to be viewed in its like united glory, basically. Yeah, because I don't know, I make content that is pretty I make art that is very hard to fathom because it has a lot of different meanings and it has a lot of replayability, and the more you replay it, the more you understand what I was trying to convey behind each word, each idea, and all that. And in TikTok, it doesn't work like that. If you shine a spotlight on a specific thing, then you cannot shine light on the totality of the art. Or if you show the totality of your art, which is 3.5 minutes, it's not gonna be pushed by the algorithm, because again, people go to TikTok to turn off their brains and just scroll and scroll and scroll and see what catches their eye the most. Yeah, and here comes the big paradox of everybody wants the art to be real and the art to be genuine, but everybody's turning off their brains and not even noticing where are the hidden layers of the thing that the person is talking about, you know? And I don't know, man. That's just sad. That is just the way it is right now. At least I see it the way it is right now. And it depresses me because as an artist myself, I understand that I just cannot promote my music or cannot promote my art the way it should be promoted, because it just does not strictly fall into a specific category of the things that are being promoted around, yeah, or it just doesn't, it's just not promotable the way people and platforms make you promote your art. And in the end, I just have a lot of genuinely good shit that I believe to be good, that all my friends hear, see, and all that shit, and say, man, why the fuck are you still not earning money from that? And I say, because I can't, because the way that I see it, the way that it works, it just doesn't work in society today. Because of how we have built our consciousness, because of how money works in terms of art, you know, today at least. And here comes the big topic of this whole speech, which is the war on thought and attention. Everybody is fighting for it today. It has become way more, and you've probably seen or heard this point like 100 times at this point, and you hear me saying this, and then you're like, what is he gonna bring to the table? What is he gonna bring new? Nothing, man. I'm just repeating what other people said at this point, because you cannot change anything about this. Like, we have already lost, and you are part of it. I am part of it. I sometimes go to reels and just scroll and scroll and scroll because I want to turn off my brain. But this shit is not good. Like, everybody understands this at this point. Nobody wants to do that shit. Like, if you read a book, you objectively know that if you read a book, yeah, it would have given you way more value than looking through 100 reels or whatever. Because, again, one stimulates your brain, and the other one makes you stimulate your brain, you know? Makes you imagine shit, makes you learn. And at this point, all of us are just addicted to that shit. From our grandparents to our kids if you have any kids, because I'm way too young for that shit for now. But yeah, it's just fucking sad. And you know, I've come to a realization, and I have heard a lot of people come to this realization, that this is either a turning point for society, or we have dug a deep that is too great for ourselves to even try to be able to crawl out of it. Because, let's face it, everybody is using TikTok to promote their shit. They know that TikTok is the only viable option to promote that shit. And if you were trying to fight TikTok, to fight this whole thing, you would have to use TikTok. And again, to communicate with your audiences, you would probably need to use social media. So if you actually like try to tell people stop using this shit, then it will be like self-destructive basically at this point. It was just fucking it will only harm you. It would only harm your art. It would only harm yourself. And still, like, I don't know. The only viable way to get out of this shit is to boycott the short form content and to call out consumerism, which people already do. But the irony of doing that on the platforms that we are boycotting or trying to destroy, basically, it just like for me, I've been struggling with this shit for like 3 years at this point, and it's just like soul crushing, because what else can you do? It's just like bullying yourself. Like, the social media themselves are bullying artists for trying to do something with the way the culture is being built today. And it doesn't work, because the only way you can do that is through social media, through the thing that you are boycotting. And so the only other viable way is to try to build it in a different way. But like build the communication and the attention span of the people, and the TikTok and Reels and YouTube shows and whatever, yeah, is to try to engage with them differently, or make them engage with you differently. But the problem is, how are you gonna do that when every other content is being forced into this specific mode of, you see this like this because this is the only viable way, this is the only way the algorithm will notice you and all that shit, yeah? And even if you do create good art that like interacts with the listener in a way that you see fit in the future, yeah, it just gets sifted through the commercially viable algorithm, yeah? And if it's not, then you just never get recommended. You just get shadow banned. You just get put into this limbo of, you're not bad enough to be put into the shitpost section, yeah? But you're not good enough to be put into the actual thing that could be promoted and gather millions of views, yeah? And in the end, you just sit there and get like 5 views on each video, even if you post every day, and that's it. And the only thing you can do as an artist is just to continue creating and hoping that at some point, someday, something will change, like the Thor will strike with the lightning or whatever, yeah? But I don't know, it just destroys any initiative. It just destroys any will to continue creating, because like no one notices, and that's it. I guess for you specifically, if you wanna have a hand in this, if you're an artist or if you're just like a consumer, whatever, yeah, I would say boycott short form content in a way that is consumer, like targeted, basically. So if you see that someone has been creating content specifically for your brain to just melt, yeah, and not process anything, to just eat up that good stuff, yeah, just call that out in the comments and say that this is not good, this is bad, this is not very productive, this is not very good for the whole of humanity, yeah. And I guess on the other hand, like, if you don't want to go that way, if you don't want to leave comments and do all the hustle and all that shit, yeah, you could just like the bad but honest stuff. Appreciate that people who don't know how to do art are still trying, are still like growing, are still achieving something, finishing projects, trying to put them out. Because in the first place, the person who put out their like drawing or whatever, yeah, they probably know, or they probably have had the fear of it not being accepted in the regular, like, okay way, yeah. But they still did it because they wanted to get out of the comfort zone. And overall, just, I don't know, instead of saying, yo, man, this shit is just bad, say that, continue doing your shit. Like, see where it gets you. Because that's how authentic, true shit is born. Not by forcing people into doing something specific, but just by accepting them. And I think today we just need more acceptance. Just more acceptance of each other. And acceptance of each other comes with the side of accepting yourself. That's why I try to preach self-growth, like spiritual growth, I guess. You could call that if you want to. Because, well, like, what else can you do? What else can you do? I don't know, man. It's been a bit depressing, but you know, autumn is outside, so probably that's why. But I just wanted to get this off my chest. I guess thank you for watching. If you watched until the end of this video, yeah. And I hope I did not like say a lot of weird shit that most of the people won't understand. Because from how it's been in the past, that's how it always went. That's how it always went, man. But yeah, like and subscribe if you saw anything. If you agreed with me or if you did not agree with me, you can place a dislike. Just do anything, man. Just engage with the content. And the content, fucking hell. Oh yeah, this could be considered content. I did this without any thinking. All of this was freestyle. And this is the first episode of me doing this. So yeah, probably shit. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.